Boom, coming in hot, Cinchy, man. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? We're hitting all across the country right now because here on the East Coast, this is one of the fan favorites of all time. I'm telling you.
Oh, he is, dude. One of my favorites of all time, dude. Listen, this guy's 8-year Major League veteran, 2022 Gold Glove winner, All-Star. Like you said, a fan favorite, a coach favorite, a player favorite out there in New York. He's played for the Rangers, the Yankees, but now with the Cincinnati Reds, baby, been the Queen City, and he's getting it done, hitting for some power too, averaging power right now. Let's bring him in, Jose Trevino. What's up, dude? How you doing, Trevi?
What up, guys? You doing all right?
Yeah, good to have you, man. Good to have you. Hey, dude, so tell me, man, like, what's it been? I'm so excited when you got traded over to Cincinnati. Obviously, I played a lot of years there, and I was with you in New York, and you know, getting to know you, and I was like, what a great fit that's going to be for Trevi and the Reds. How's it been so far, man? And you know, what's been your experiences like in Cincy so far?
It's been awesome, man. I mean, the city's been great. The fans have been awesome. You know, welcoming me with open arms. And I mean, it's been great. You know, we've been playing pretty good this year, and just trying to keep it going, man. You know how it is through the ups and downs.
Yeah, man. How's Tito been, man? How's
awesome.
Tito been?
He's awesome. He's awesome, man. I mean, I'm a true leader of men, a true leader of where he leads by example. I mean, it's been nothing short of great. Like I've asked him questions about like managing. I've asked him questions about, you know, strategy type stuff. I've asked him permission to do certain things. He's like, hey, man, like, this is your team. You know, y'all go do what we need to do to win. I'm like, all right, cool.
That's all, dude. What was there a moment, you know, when at spring training, or you know, that you were like, you know, you had that feeling about Tito? Did any story you could tell us?
No, as soon as within the 10 minutes I got traded, he was shooting me a message. He's like, hey, when you have time, love to give you a call. And I was like, do I have time right now? And he shot me a call, man. And I mean, we talked for like 5 or 10 minutes, and he's like, you know, super excited. He's like, you know, we had our conversation, and I was like, man, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then I went on the caravan with him. I was able to spend like 6 hours with him a day, and just kind of talking to him through stories and stuff that I heard, and you know, just kind of getting to know each other like that. So it was awesome.
Dude, he has so many stories, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
you could go on all day. He could do his own show every day.
He really could. Every day there's something like, he's like, oh, you know what, Hose, remember this? Like, you know, and he's telling somebody a story. So,
Yeah. That's great. Dude, tell me about the team. I mean, obviously, when I look at the Reds, I was talking – we had Tito on here a couple months ago, and right before the season started, and I said, listen, dude, I know you. You're not coming out of retirement for a rebuild. You know, you had to have looked at this team and said – we can win right now. For you, Trevi, coming over from New York, just getting done with the World Series last year, playing with the greatest player in the world in Aaron Judge, and now you're kind of, you know, going into a young version of a guy that we could be saying that in a few years in Elly De La Cruz. You know, what do you see from this team? Hunter Greene, tell us about the rotation. Tell us about the guys in that lineup. What do you see, man?
Yeah, to be honest, man, I mean, as soon as I got traded over here, started kind of looking at the roster and kind of remembering, like, who was there the year before when we played them, because they came to the Bronx. They swept us in New York. Swept us in New York. And I was just like, man, this is a young, talented group of players, you know, and I know that some of them have some experience playing the playoffs, but, you know, you bring in Lux and Hayes, and you have Espinal. Espinal is a big piece too, but, like, there's guys that kind of just, you know, coordinate through everybody and try to bring the team together through different avenues of the game. You know, whether that's the outfield, the infielders, the hitting part, the defensive part, the base running part, and like that's when like Hayes comes in and Lux comes in, I come in. You know, we're just kind of trying to hit everybody from all angles, man. And it's young, it's exciting, it's lightning, it's thunder. You know, our team is we're excited to watch, man. We got some good players. You go up and down the lineup, man, anywhere from TJ to Spencer Steer to our bullpen to Tony to, man, a Suter. Like, you just have a bunch of great dudes and a bunch of, like gritty-ass guys that just want to get after it and play baseball for each other. And it's been fun, man. Our rotation has been great. Me and Winsy I feel like we've been doing a good job, man, with DJ game planning, kind of going over what we want to go through. and I feel like the hitting coaches, we're all starting to mesh a little bit, man, and it's a good time right now. It's a good time.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it looks like it. Dude, Trevi, for you, you're one of the best defensive catchers in the game,
Hmm.
period. Everyone, knows that obviously. And when you get over there with this young rotation, obviously
Hmm.
Hunter Greene's becoming one of the, in the rankings, he was the number one guy. Everyone looks at Skeens, but like we sometimes forget about Hunter Greene out there, that he's been around for a couple years now and starting to kind of figure it out. So I guess when you see Hunter Greene and what he's doing, and I want to compare it a little bit because
Uh-huh.
you were with Garrett Cole out there in New York, and I feel like when I look at those guys, like, man, a lot of the same arsenal, but here you're a guy that's got to catch both of them. I mean, tell me about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I have nothing but the most respect for Garrett Cole. This dude is an ace above all aces. This guy, from being from preparation standpoint to towing the rubber standpoint and everything in between, this dude's an ace. You know, I see that in Hunter Greene, and I also
Mm.
see that in other guys on our staff too. Man, our staff, our starting staff, they take the ball. They take the ball, and every time you go out there, you're like, man, we got a chance today.
Lodolo,
Lodolo,
guy's got some thunder.
Martinez, you can go
Martinez,
Abbott, you go up and down that starter. Hey, every night we have a chance our pitcher's going to give us a quality start, and now it's just up to the offense to kind of just, maneuver through the traffic, get us some runs, and then we get to the bullpen. It's good. But as for Hunter, man, I see, he wants to be, an ace. He is an ace, and he's holding himself to that standard, you know. And for him to just kind of trust me to game plan and to talk to him and to give him my suggestions when I first got over here, I mean, that just shows you that he just keeps wanting to grow. And he is, man. He's going to reach another level. He's going to reach another level. But, man, this dude can locate that fastball, gets that splitter going, and, of course, the slider. The slider's been great, and then it's fun to game plan with guys like that, true guys that are like, you know what, I'm about to get after this. Let's go.
I love it, dude. One of the things that I did love when I was in New York was watching you and was watching Garrett Cole game plan, then you guys game plan together, and I'm like, wow. And then watch it executed in the game. I'm like, these guys, are on the same page. Have you been able to bring some of that to,
100%.
some of these guys and be like, hey, there's another level of prep
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah. 100%. 100%, man. I try every night to get that little inch of, that's going to help us win. Whether it's okay, we're throwing a certain pitch to a certain guy, but I see our fielders shifted wherever they are. I need to get that communicated because I see it. I can see it when I do my work where I'm like, hey, this dude hits this pitch. He hits it over here most of the time. And from watching the pitch and seeing let's say it's a sinker to a righty, right? And I'm like, yo, this dude's not really pulling it. He's kind of shooting it the other way. We're going to have to either squeeze the first and second baseman together. Don't give him that much of a four hole because if he gets beat, he shoots it right through the four hole. So we need somebody to be there, and kind of just trying to communicate that through, make sure we're kind of in the same spots where I feel like we should be or anything like that. But the preparation standpoint, yeah, I mean, that's what I do, man. I feel like, to be honest, I'm a good player. I can play some baseball, but I'm the most prepared player out on that field that night. I take a lot of pride in that. I really do, and some nights are harder than others, but for the most part, I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be doing my homework because it's not only about me, but it's about the guys on the mound. And those guys have families too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And at the end of the day, those guys get the job done for us. We'll win some games.
Dude, I love that mentality, that service mentality of
Yeah.
hey, we're all in
Yep.
this together.
Yep.
I got a family to feed, but these guys on the bump got a family to feed
Yeah.
too. And if I'm not prepared, I'm
What
letting
am I
those
doing?
guys
What
down.
am I doing? What am I doing for them? I'm not doing anything. If I'm not prepared, I'm just a bad teammate. Just a bad
Right.
teammate if you're not prepared. But taking pride in it, man, and actually doing it, sitting down and putting in those hours and being okay, it just gives me that sense of like calmness at the end of the day, whether I do good or do bad. If I do good, it's man, I my preparation, I stuck to my process, I did everything, I got my results. If I did bad, it's I prepared. That's all I can do. This game is hard.
Where'd
Move
that
on.
come from? Is that from the parents, coaches? Were there people that instilled that into
Um,
you when you were younger?
when I was younger, people would tell me hey, if you're prepared, you can always lay your hat on that. I always got told that from my dad, my coach, everybody. But I didn't know understand fully the true meaning of it until seeing other veteran guys and how they went about it. You know what I mean? Where guys were like, you could look at him at the end of the day and be like, man, did he get 3 hits or did he strike out 3 times? And you look up and you're like, oh, he got a hit. He struck out once. Oh, same dude. And then he comes out and he goes and hits 3 homers, and you're like, oh, hit 3 homers, like same dude, you know. So just trying to be that same guy like every day. And I think attitude and effort, man. Attitude and effort. Those things you can control, as corny as it sounds, but you bring that to whatever level, whatever you have left that day for that day. Because, like I said, it's going to be different every day. You're going to have a meter of 20%, and then you're going to have a meter of 100%. Just give it everything you have that day on your attitude and effort.
I love that, man. Control the controllables.
Yeah.
You can control those more than
Yeah.
anything. You can't control whether you get 3 hits, 4 hits,
Yep.
whether somebody gives it up, but you
Yep.
know that you're prepared every single night.
100%.
This game is relentless.
Yeah,
You know,
it is.
comes
It
with
is.
Comes
It
with
is. It'll give you a lot of things, but oh boy, will it take away?
Say, yeah, rip your heart out every other night.
Yeah.
So, dude, you have been fortunate. It's incredible because we were talking about this before we came on air. Like, I know for me, man, I look back at my career of coming up with the Cleveland Indians at the time, and you know, Jim Thome, some of the greatest players ever. Then I go to Cincinnati. I play with Barry Larkin, Ken Griffey Jr., Adam Dunn, all these guys. Then I go to Detroit and go to the World Series with Jim Leland. Then all of a sudden in Boston, and I'm like, oh, there's Big Papi and Manny and all these guys. Then I'm coaching the Yankees with Judgy and you and Stan. I'm like, whoa, what a life, you know? And I look at you, man, and I look already. You've played 8 years, and you've played with some of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about, you know, we just kind of compared Cole and Greene.
Uh-huh.
I want to talk about Judgy and De La Cruz and Elly.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they're not, you know, Elly's learning, but Judgy's the greatest player of all time and probably one of the greatest leaders I've ever been around.
Dude,
can you talk about, is there a comparison there, Trevi?
Cap is by far the best leader of clubhouses I've ever met, man. Like, I have crazy amount of respect for that dude, man. Like, I'm serious. Like, if anybody were to say a bad thing and be like, "Oh no, I'm not on Aaron Judge," I'd be like, "Who are you?
Yeah, you must be a toolbox.
What's wrong with you? Like, something's up with you." But man, like you said, like we talked about it earlier. I feel like if somebody was like, "Hey, Trevi, no more baseball," I'd be like, "Dude, that was crazy." Like, or someone woke me up from it, and they're like, "Hey, oh." I'd be like, man, that's what it's gonna be like. It's crazy, but
that's incredible.
I look at Elly, I look at Judge, man. 2 guys that have it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you hit it on the head. Like, Judge is doing it, Elly's learning how to do it, man. And it's like in real time, and it's something every day. This guy leaves his mark on the field, like every day. Every day he does. He comes out, he'll do something that you've never seen, or he'll do something that you have seen, and it's like, that was a little quicker than how I see other people do it. But
Right.
man, he wants to learn. He goes hard every day. He plays every day. And he leads this team, man, just by his energy that he brings to the clubhouse, his energy that he brings to the field, you know, and he's in the lineup every day, man. And I feel like you can't take your eyes off him because it's like he has a bat in his hand. You're like, dude, he's either going to hit this 450 feet or he's going to hit it somewhere in the outfield. It's going to be a double, and then he's going to get on the base. He's going to run, and there's going to be 3 outs. He's going to grab his glove. There's going to be a ball hit up the middle. He's going to make like a play. He's going to chunk. You know, like, it's just something every time with this guy. You can't take your eyes off him.
Yeah, dude, he's one of those guys too. There was certain guys in my career. I remember a guy like Jacoby Ellsbury. I couldn't wait for him to hit the ball. I just want to watch him run.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I just want to watch this guy run. Elly, do you feel that way about Elly?
Oh yeah, dude. This dude takes 2 steps and he's halfway at second, and I'm over here like trying to get my steps right to touch the inside part of the bag. This dude ain't even looking at the base when he hits it. I'm over here trying to make sure I touch it, and I'm like, okay, where's the ball? I gotta see where the ball is. He's already rounding second, and I'm like, dude, it's crazy. He did a play. I'd never seen this before. He did a play in spring training. He did a few things in spring training where I was like, whoa. First and second, 1 out. So double steal. Elly's going to third. The guy on first going to second. The catcher comes up, throws to second. Elly doesn't slide at third. Elly rounds third. The guy grabs the ball, tags the runner at second, safe. Elly's already halfway home. They throw the ball home. He doesn't even slide. He steps on home plate. He's like 3 steps behind home plate.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like it. And I'm like, did anybody else? And everybody's like, yeah, this is not new to us. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. You got to find the play. I couldn't believe my eyes. For like 2 days, I was like, how did that happen? Like, the dude didn't come up. The dude came up throwing a second, but Elly was already rounding third. And then the guy held the tag on him, like, looked back. And by the time he, like, threw it, Elly was already – I don't even think he slid at either base. I promise.
Dude.
I promise. Crazy.
I remember that play because I remember at spring training, Tito made a comment after the game, like, I've been around this game for 75 years. I've never seen that before.
That was it. And it was I was going around the dugout like, yo, did y'all just see what just happened? Everybody's like, yeah, like, duh. And I'm like, I'm like, whoa.
Happens all the time.
I'm like, dude, this is crazy. There's no way. They're like, yeah, dude, like he does stuff like this all the time.
So you get to spring training, you got these guys who are like, wow, I'm playing with these dudes. Oh my God, Terry Francona is my manager. And then there's the Reds opening day. Sean always explains it to me. But what is it like in person? Because the visuals are amazing.
No, dude, it's crazy. No, I've never seen anything like it before.
National holiday in Cincinnati, bro.
Yeah, like
next level.
I can't even explain it. It was crazy. Like you could just feel it in the whole like right before I got to the stadium that day, they were starting to close roads and I'm like, man, this is gonna be a big deal. This is a real big deal. But not only that day, but the parade day with the kids. That stuff is crazy too.
Yeah.
It's huge. Like there's kids everywhere, but I mean, it was something special. I'd never been a part of anything like that. Like it was sick. That was really cool. Really cool.
I try to tell people at all, I've been at different opening days and I just say, I don't care. Even Yankees, best team. There's nothing like the Reds opening day.
Yeah.
It's a national holiday. They're the first team ever in Major League Baseball. It's incredible.
And to see people like, they have jerseys of like legends around here. Like it's really cool. Like Eric Davis, Johnny Bench, Barry Larkin, like so cool. So sick.
Yeah, it's so great, man. So so many legendary players that have been to that organization. It's just so cool. Have you got a chance to talk to Johnny and all? I'm sure
this is crazy.
I'm sure he's hunted you down.
Oh yeah, so in 2022, he was supposed to give me my award. I think something happened with weather or something like that. He couldn't make it into New York. I had a Johnny Bench jersey like ready for him to sign. Right? I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna hang out with Johnny Bench for a few hours. It's gonna be great. So we ended up missing each other. So I think it was on Twitter. I was like, man, this got to be Johnny Bench, right? He's tweeting, taking pictures, all that stuff. So just reach out to him, shoot a message like, hey man, like I'm sorry I missed you, but like just know I have so much respect for you. Kind of like, send him a nice little message. He sent something back. He's like, Jose, this is Johnny. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking Johnny Bench. So, fast forward to this past December, I get traded over here, and I get a message from Johnny Bench, and he's like, dude, you're gonna love Cincinnati. Like, this is great. Like, this is gonna be awesome. Here's my number, and I'm like, what?
You're like this again?
So I'm like, dude, this is crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Let me shoot him a message. Tell him thank you, whatever. Well, it's funny because I saved the number. And like I was at the facility the next day, kind of working out and stuff. And like, I get a notification, and it just says like Johnny Bench, and I'm like, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. But I have got to talk to him. My Jackie Robinson gear. He texts me, and he's like, "Yo, you doing anything with that gear?" And I'm like, "No, you want it?" And he was like, "Yeah, like I'll take it." And I'm like, "Sure." Like, when's the next time I'm gonna have a Hall of Fame catcher, probably the greatest of all time, ask me for catcher's gear? I haven't even asked him for anything, and he asked me for catcher's gear, and I'm like, "Yo, I gotta send it. So I sent it to him.
Oh my God! So first off, that's incredible. Johnny's like, "Yeah, I'll take your catcher gear." You're like, "You got it."
Yeah, I was like, "Take it. You're good. Take it." Yeah, we sent it to him, so he's gonna have it. I don't know if he's gotten it yet, but we sent it before the road trip started, so he should have it.
So he hasn't come to Cincy yet, though.
No, not yet. I
You
don't
haven't
think
seen
so.
him in
Not that I.
person.
No, no, not that
Oh,
I
dude,
haven't seen him yet.
you're gonna love Johnny, dude. He's the best. And dude, wait till you see. You know that whole thing where he's got the balls, like 8 balls.
Yeah,
Dude, his hands are like. I'm like, his hands are just enormous. You
yeah,
know what I mean? He's
yep.
like,
Yeah,
that's,
I'm looking forward to that day for sure. I don't know when it's
yeah.
gonna be. It's probably gonna be when I least expect it. I'm gonna be like the first time I met Jeter. I'm gonna be pretty nervous. I'm gonna be like, oh dang, all right, let me get my emotions right.
That's so great, dude. Tell us about that first day you met Jeter.
I all right. So I got invited to his captain series, the premiere of it, and I'd got invited by the MLB people, the MLB headquarters people. They were like, hey, like, you want to come to Jeter Sing? I'm like, yeah, I'm going. So I ended up going, and they're like, hey, like he knows you're coming, he wants to meet you, and I'm like, no way. And they're like, no, yeah, like he wants to meet you, and I'm like, yo, I can't. I was like, I can't do this like right now. I can't. This is gonna be tough. Like you don't understand. This was like my hero. Like I wanted to be just like this guy. Everything about him, you know. And I had to grab a drink. I had to grab a drink. I was nervous, dude. I was like, yo,
Take the edge off.
this is kind of crazy a little bit. So my first picture with them, I'm so embarrassed. My first picture with them, I have a drink in my hand, and I'm like, I'm trying to find somewhere to put it. I can't find anywhere to put it. So I'm like trying to put it on the ground, trying to like sneak it in the corner. Like I couldn't find a place to put it. There's just no tables. There's people
Right.
everywhere. And I'm trying to hide it like in the pictures to where like if someone were to snap a picture, like, oh, Trevino's holding a drink in his hand. Like, little do they know, I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now. I'm like, all right, I gotta say what's up to this guy. But no, it was cool, man. He gave some good advice, on how to kind of like go about things in New York and stuff like that. It was a
Yeah,
good conversation.
dude. Jeter bench. You know what I mean? That's incredible.
I
It's
know,
so incredible.
crazy,
Two storied franchises, and you're just right in the middle of all of it. Yeah, hey,
crazy,
it's
man.
Johnny Bench. Just I'm sending my equipment. Jeter. I mean,
I played catch with Barry Larkin in spring training. Sick, sick. It's so cool.
it's so great, man. It's so great, dude. I want to tell a quick story. When I first got over to New York,
Hmm.
the first day I came in, you were the first guy I saw in the trainer. You were in the training room. I think you were getting some treatment or something.
Yeah,
And dude, I just remember how nice you were. I know, even for me, being around the game all these years, you walk into a clubhouse, that I always feel like that's a sacred place to be. So
yeah,
I really appreciated you, saying hi to me in the training room. It made me feel comfortable. But I know at that time, I remember Booney coming up to me and saying, hey, listen, Trevy's hurt. Like he's got something going on with his wrist, but he's not saying anything to anybody. But we know he's hurt. We know he's getting treated, all this stuff, and he's kind of grinding through it because we need him. He can hit. He's our leader behind the dish. Judgy's out. It was a mash unit at the time.
yeah,
And then you played a little bit when I was there. You played the first couple weeks, and then obviously it was time to get surgery. It was like,
yeah.
all right, dude, where does that toughness come from, dude? Because most people nowadays are soft as hummus. They get a hangnail. They're like, I got to go on the DL for 11 days. I got a hangnail, and
Yeah,
I'm out. Like you got
dude.
to literally a ligament that's off the bone on your
Yeah,
wrist, and you're taping it up like it's freaking. You're an 11-year-old travel ball
yeah,
star. Let's go,
yeah.
baby.
I was like,
Where's
bro,
that
let's
come
do it,
from, Trevi?
dude. I don't know. I mean, I just think the love of the game. Like I think about how in years, because I love just the whole game of baseball. I feel like just the whole everything. There's so many art forms of it, and every player has his own like art. Like every player has his own thing to this, and it's just there's nothing like a pitcher, throwing a fastball through your glove and you're catching. There's a called strike. There's nothing like a pitcher throwing a ball to you and you square up a baseball. There's nothing like you getting a good read, off a ball in the dirt. There's nothing like you going first to third. There's nothing like you scoring from second. There's nothing like that in this world that you can explain to people. Be like, this is the feeling you get when you're on second base and you see Aaron Judge hit a walk-off home run, or you're in the dugout and you see Big G hit a ball a mile, or you're in the dugout and you just saw Elly steal 2 bases without even sliding. Like, there's nothing that you can compare it to in this world, and I love this game. I really enjoy it. The fundamentals, like, fascinate me. Like, the way people do their fundamentals fascinates me. how people go about their business. It's beautiful, man. And I just think that I know that I'm not gonna do this forever,
Yeah.
and I want to be able to take advantage of it for as long as I can because I know one day I'm not gonna be able to. Like it's gonna happen, you know. So
Yeah.
every day that I get to put on a uniform and put on catcher's gear and get behind the plate and call pitches and guide a starting pitcher or a bullpen from, you know, up one run tight situation, like there's nothing like it. There's nothing like a 3-2 full count, bases loaded, tying run on third, breaking ball in the dirt, you block, guy swings, you step on home plate. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, you know, and you don't know when it's gonna go. You don't know when, you know, when it's done. So I just feel like every day I get a chance to be honest, if I'm not bleeding out, I'm probably gonna be in there. Probably gonna be in there.
Dude, I got the chills for you saying that. I mean, the gratitude that I
Yeah.
feel from you. I
Yeah.
feel like that's the word that pops in my head. Like you
Yeah.
play the game with gratitude. You
Yeah.
play the game with appreciation.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to last forever, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to miss these moments.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean it's true, man. I just like I get around guys that have played the game for a really long time, and I love hearing stories. Like I love
Yeah,
hearing about how things were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50, whatever it is. I
yeah,
love hearing those kind of things and perspectives from different, you know, guys that have played. I don't care if you were good. I don't care if you thought you sucked. I don't care if the
right.
world thinks you stink. You played. You
You're in the
might,
big
you might,
leagues.
you might tell me something that might click for me and be like,
Mm,
that makes sense. You know, whether you were good or bad. I
yeah,
don't care. I want to hear what you got. I want to hear from your experience.
yeah, dude. That's so good, dude. I want to talk a little bit about you as a hitter
Mhm.
because you got such a great compact short
Mhm.
swing, quick to the, A to B to the ball. You could drive the ball to the ballpark. As the years have gone on, Trevi, what is your approach at
Yeah.
the plate? And
It's
who are you as a hitter?
it's been so like hard, you know, past few years just because baseball was changing, you know, trying to figure out things like that. Um to be honest, I if I had a t-shirt, I'd be like the 9-hole hitter. Like that's me. Like and I always say it. I say it every day. I'm like, man, they got to face me in the 9-hole. That's a tough day for the pitcher because like
I'm gonna get him.
if I'm hitting ninth, everybody else before me is gonna get this dude too, you know. So I take a lot of pride in being the hitter that I am. Um, I'm a man. I'm a gamer. I will
Yeah,
do what the game tells me to do. Like if I got to get a runner over, I'm gonna fight tooth and nail to get that guy over. If I got to, you know, get a guy in on a infield back, hit up the middle, take it. You know,
mm,
whatever you got to do. If I got to sack a guy in, I'm gonna do it. If there's a chance for me to try to go, I'm gonna go. You know, like I just a situational hitter, a gritty hitter, and the 9-hole hitter. Like I'm not. I know. I understand that if I get on, like that turns the lineup over, and now not only that, I turn into a base runner. You know, so I try to do my part on the base pass too. But I take a lot of pride in where I'm at in the lineup, and I I jokingly say it out loud where I'm like, yeah, they got to face me in the 9-hole. Like that's a tough day for the pitcher. But I like it's crazy because in my mind and my soul, I believe like it's gonna be a tough day for the pitcher.
yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna make this easy for him. I don't want to make it easy for him. I want to get out there. I want to grind out on that bat. I want to do what the game needs me to do.
Oh, dude. Well, you're the best number 9 hitter in the
Yeah,
game right now, I
yeah.
think. So
Trying to. I'm trying
it's
to.
working, man.
I'm trying
That's a
to.
great mentality.
Trying to.
You
Trying
know,
to.
I love it, man. You're absolutely swinging it. What was it? What did it feel like for you getting that 3-year deal offer from the Reds and knowing that they want you and they want you as a cornerstone these next three
Yeah,
years?
dude. To be honest, it was unbelievable. Like this is a special place. The baseball history here is so rich. The tradition here is so rich, and this is a winning franchise. And I know, like you said earlier, Tito ain't coming out of retirement to
Right.
just rebuild.
No.
It's win. What happened last year, I still think about that. Whether it's
Yeah.
you know in the middle of a workout in the off season, or you know someone brings something up in the clubhouse, I'm like, man, I was that close. Like I want to get back there, and where they want to go, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. And like to be honest, this isn't about me. This deal was not about me. It's about when I'm gone. What did I leave behind me? for the Will Banfields, for the Mike Troutwines, for the Alfredo Dunos, for those young catchers that are in this organization. This deal wasn't only about me, it was about them too. So I got 3 years with these guys to get them to reach their ceiling as quickly as they can and become Major League Baseball players and help the Cincinnati Reds win. It's not about me. It's about, Rhett Lauder. It's about Abbott. It's about these pitchers that I can help, that have years left to throw. Maybe I can help them with like a certain sequence or how to prep or anything like that. It's not about me. It's about Elly De La Cruz, about Matt McClain. It's about all these guys that I feel like I can help, and I feel like as I get older, I want to bring guys with me, man. I want to propel guys up and be like, hey, like I want to show them that they can be who they think they want to be. If they want to be a star, like go reach it, man. I've seen stars. I've seen them. I've been around them. I've hung out with them. You know what I mean? I know how they go about their business day to day. This is how they did it. Take it or leave it. But I just feel like I felt really unselfish about it. Like I was like, man, this is me getting to pour into a certain group of guys, pitchers, catchers, whoever it is, for this amount of time so that it can leave a trail, after I'm gone.
You sound like a terrible teammate.
I
know, right? Dude, that was awesome.
Dude, hey, man, at the end of the day, bro, when you're around Jose Trevino, you're better for it. I was around it. I'm a better man because of it. Every guy in that Yankee clubhouse, every guy in the Reds clubhouse, and this is the reason why, that service mentality of like, dude, this isn't just about me. Yeah. This is about the young pitchers. This is about the young catchers that aren't even here yet. This is about when you walk away. And I know for me, Trevi, you're on. I look back at my career and go, I don't necessarily talk about the best players I play with. I talk about the best teammates. Who made me? Who did I want to go to dinner with? Who would I want to sit next to on the flights? Yeah. Who did I want to ask advice about my kids and my family and stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Great stuff. Trevi, last question, dude. This has been incredible. I just want to, you talk about that last year. You guys were so close. You lose to the Dodgers. That World Series literally could have gone either way. I think you actually could have been up 3-2 going back to L.A. It didn't work out that way. But when, it's not easy to get to the World Series, dude. I got to the World Series one time in 2006, and I lost to the Cardinals, and that was it for me. And you know how hard it is. Even being with the Yankees, you're not guaranteed anything. So many things have to go right. What lessons did you learn last year with that team that you are bringing to some of these young players that maybe have never been to the postseason, what it takes to get there and what it takes to win it?
Yeah, man. It's a good question. To be honest, man, I take the mentality of like every day is its own day. Because I felt like as a team last year, we did that. Like we went through that, whether it was up, whether it was down, but every day was its own day. And no matter what you did yesterday, you got to come back and do it today again. And until you make it that expectation, it's where it's like, it's a different day mentality every single day. And you just bring it every single day. I feel like that's what we did great last year as a team, man. And to win it, I mean, it's like you said, it's not guaranteed. It's hard, man. You got to be there's some cards that got to, be your way. There's things that the ball has to bounce your way. Things got to go your way a little bit. But like, I feel like we're such a good team, man. Such a good team, such like great times, good dudes. And it hurts to not walk away with, getting that far. And it stings, man. It stings. And like you said, you were there in 2006. We had somebody on staff, Brad Osmus, kind of gave us a speech. Yeah. It's like, hey, man, I've only been there one time. I haven't been back since.
Right.
He's like, take advantage of it. And I will always remember that speech that he gave. I will always remember that, man. And just kind of like wanting to get back there and having that taste in your mouth where it was like, you thought about it. I thought about it all the time, like in the off season. I still think about it.
Like, I hate to say it, bro. You'll think about it the rest of your life.
Yeah,
I'm saying. I think about it. That was 19 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
I still think back like, oh man, what could I have done better? What we could? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's 19 years ago. Get a hold of yourself.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's emotions.
I don't know how to explain it to other people, but you know how I feel. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
man, like, what if we would have done this? What if we would have done that? You know, and it's
Yeah.
like little things throughout the day too, where you're like, oh damn, like
Right.
almost, almost
Yeah.
it would have been great. But I lived my childhood dream. I mean it's crazy. Like being a Major League Baseball player, playing for the New York Yankees, going to the World Series. You know what I mean? It's just I checked all those boxes. We just didn't win. And maybe
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to win there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to win as a player. Maybe I'm supposed to win as a coach.
Right.
But at some point, like I can definitely picture myself holding the trophy, and I'm hoping it's here in the next few years with this
Dude,
team that we got.
I could see it. I actually look at this team and I go, especially with Tito there and my man Brad Mills. Don't forget Brad
Oh
Mills.
yeah,
Basically Tito's. Hey, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this. You know?
Yeah.
Millsy's the best, man. Millsy was the best. When I was in Boston, Trevi, it's like you're always like, okay, I was coming off the bench a couple nights and I'm like, yeah, and there's nothing worse than like, hey, you're up. But Millsy would come to me in like the fourth. He goes, hey, listen, Case, this is what's going to happen. In the eighth, so-and-so is going to come in. They're going to double switch. This righty's going to come in, and that's when you're pinch hitting.
Yeah.
So I would start getting ready in the fifth. I swear to God, Trevi, almost every time, like, does Brad Mills have have one of those things you shake and you look at it and you go, oh my God, you have a crystal ball. This guy nails it every time.
He does nail it. He's like three innings like ahead of the game. Like really, like he'll be fourth or fifth inning. He'll be like, "Hey, make sure you're loose here." And like this guy's gonna. And you're like, "Gotcha, sick, all right." And then sure enough, it rolls up, and you're like, "I'm ready if you are ready." And then it's like, "Okay, no, we're good. All right." Yeah, he nails it. He's pretty good.
It's so great, dude. And when I saw Tito come back, and like, oh yeah, Brad Mills is back too. I was like, I bet you if Millsy said he's not in, Tito would have been like, hey, listen, I'm good. I'm gonna just keep golfing.
Yeah.
Which is great, man. Trevi, dude. Appreciate you so much, your time. We know how valuable it is, man.
Thank you.
Love to see you out there in Cincy, dude, with all the guys. Have you had Skyline Chili yet?
I haven't yet. I heard there's ice cream.
Okay. Oh, dude, Grader's ice cream. You got to get the Grader's ice cream.
I heard it's like chili flavored.
Oh, really? There's a Skyline Chili? Okay, I don't know. Only in Cincinnati would they like that stuff.
I'm gonna try it. Give
it a rip, dude.
I'm all in. Got it.
Give it a rip. And if you go to Skyline, do me a favor, get the large extra cheese, and then you get a side of chili I go with the 5-way with the beans and the onions. I had to learn to like it because if you're in Cincinnati on a 3-year deal, bro, you better start eating Skyline Chili or they're gonna boot you out of that place, dude.
I might need to do some catching gear, some helmets like dedicated to Skyline Chili.
You need to, bro. No, you definitely do. You need to, man. Well, Trevi, dude, hopefully you get that World Series title in the next 3 years. But first off, we're rooting for you right now, and we'll see you here soon at some point. But thanks for your time, my man.
Yeah, thank you. Sounds good, guys.